Across the first part of 2022, we've seen a somewhat revival in the mmorpg market. Whether you consider games such as Lost Ark to be a true mmorpg, it can't be argued that the game has brought forward sort of a aspect of revival in this case, and with games such as Final Fantasy XIV's expansion Endwalker now going into its next patch, there is a somewhat continuation of the market in question. Speaking of expansion, however, we're seeing that one of my favourite games is also due for its new expansion coming up shortly. Now, if you were suggesting this culprit, you'd be right. That's right, the folks over at Standing Stone Games have now given us an expected date of the 8th of June 2022 for the release of the next expansion, the Isle of Dread. This comes alongside the release notes of patch 54 as well, which has meant that we've got a lot of content that we could actually sink our teeth into in regards to what exactly is going on and what we are to expect. But at this moment in time, it's just nice to know that, seeing as the game has only recently just had its 16th year anniversary, that the game is still going unupdated, with the Isle of Dread content already releasing the new Tabaxi race into play, alongside the potential for the new iconic of the Trailblazer, which is noted, and especially in the patch notes and release notes that we get today. Now, whilst I won't be getting into every facet of what happens in this expansion and on this webpage in question, on which I will link down below, I did actually go through this on Wednesday on my Twitch account, where we actually went through the entirety of the details through on that time. Actually, the special notice is the actual Isle of Dread expansion itself, but they do go into bug fixes and they go into the general 9 yards of gameplay changes and explaining the Tabaxi and iconic Tabaxi action point lines, which were different and have been changed since they were released on Lamia, which was the test server, which went up a few weeks ago. Now, obviously I'm not going to say too much about this because I'm going to let you guys go and have a look into the actual webpage itself. There's a lot of contextual details that I wouldn't want to run through, otherwise we would be here 20 minutes to discuss all the intricate changes regarding the class itself and what exactly you are going to expect from playing a Tabaxi character. But they are certainly interesting to actually look forward to and go into. And then there's obviously the bog standard UI changes and miscellaneous changes alongside known issues that are released with SSG. And realistically, it's a pretty hefty update, and it's something that I wasn't expecting to actually come out. Ultimately, any expansion for Dungeons & Dragons Online is going to be a good thing, especially when it's bringing in content originally with the format of Tabaxi, which you can now actually play, and then going about the business of providing content later down the line with the release in potentially June of the actual expansion, which is also going to be raising the level cap to level 32, whilst not affecting how an epic resurrection or reincarnation will work. Ultimately, I am 100% for this. I'm currently into my second life, and I'm currently looking to explore out. Whilst the game and the expansion will only be able to be purchased with in real life currency at the moment and not via DDO points, it will naturally become available via DDO points, which can be earned in game in future, which is always an upside to a game which is free to play. Ultimately, I'm happy for Standing Stone Games that they're releasing this content, and I'm hoping to play it soon, which will be on my Twitch channel, which was published earlier at twitch.tv/ReeseInRevelry. Links are down below. However, this was just a short update to update 54 of Dungeons & Dragons Online. If you have liked the video, please feel free to like and subscribe. There are also other videos which will be tagged a little bit later. But otherwise, thank you for watching this time round, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.